Now grab your tea or something stronger, because today's topic is one for the history books. Meghan Markle, our radiant Duchess of Sussex, has just made her jaw-dropping debut at Paris Fashion Week. And let me tell you, the world wasn't ready. October 4th. Mark that date. Because that's the day Meghan walked straight into the heart of haute couture and owned it like the global icon she is. And not owned it in the tabloid sense. I mean, she commanded that room. Every camera turned. Every designer leaned forward. Paris didn't just see Meghan. Paris felt her. Now, before we even talk about her outfit, let's pause to appreciate the setting. Paris Fashion Week isn't some influencer event or a PR stunt red carpet. It's the temple of luxury, creativity and influence. It's where legends are born. The runway is sacred ground, and Meghan just walked in like she belonged there, because she does. She wore a white oversized cape, layered over a perfectly tailored shirt in the same hue, paired with sleek black pointed heels. Her hair was pulled back in a smooth bun, simple, confident, timeless. The look whispered grace, but shouted power. And let's be honest, no one else could have pulled that off quite like Meghan. She doesn't wear clothes, she tells stories through them, every button, every fold, every tone, deliberate. When she walks, it's not fashion, it's a statement. Now, here's where it gets even better. Meghan didn't show up for attention or vanity. She was there to support her longtime friend and collaborator, Pierpaolo Piccioli, who has just stepped into the role of creative director at Balenciaga. That's loyalty, class and authenticity rolled into one. A spokesperson close to Meghan revealed that the two have worked together for years, collaborating on some of her most iconic moments on the world stage. Her attendance wasn't a celebrity drop-in. It was a gesture of respect and creative partnership. And you just know the haters choked on their morning bitterness when they saw those photos. Because Meghan didn't need to be there. She was invited. She didn't fight for a seat or sneak through a side door. She walked in as an honoured guest, front row, glowing and absolutely unbothered. Meanwhile, the usual suspects in the British tabloids are probably still trying to figure out how to spin it negatively. You can just imagine the headlines. Meghan breathes air, in Paris, public divided. Please, let's remind them of something. Meghan was a fashion insider long before the palace even learned her name. Back in her Suits days, she was attending New York and Toronto fashion weeks, rubbing shoulders with designers and stylists years before any royal title came into play. That's what burns them up. Meghan didn't need the monarchy to make her. She was already somebody. She already had influence. She already had a voice. And that's the truth the tabloids can't handle. Because they want to sell the fantasy that she was a nobody who got lucky. Sorry, not this woman. Meghan built her brand from the ground up. The palace didn't make Meghan. Meghan made Meghan. And even when the British media tried to tear her down, picking apart every outfit, every hairstyle, every smile, the fashion world stood by her. Designers know. They recognize authenticity. They know a muse when they see one. Let's not forget, whenever Meghan wears something, it sells out in minutes. Just ask Outland Denim, Leline, or Sester Collective. That's not hype, that's the Meghan effect. Now, let's talk about her evolution. From an actress in Suits to a working royal forced to follow centuries-old fashion rules to a California-based mother redefining modern elegance, Meghan's style has grown with her. She's mastered the art of high-low fashion, mixing Zara pants with luxury Loro Piana shirts or casual California sweaters. She's showing the world that real style isn't about money or labels. It's about confidence and authenticity. And while she was turning heads in Paris, she and Prince Harry were already preparing for their next milestone, being honoured in New York City with the Project Healthy Minds Humanitarians of the Year award. Let's just pause on that title, Humanitarians of the Year. Not working royals, not patrons of vague causes. Humanitarians. This recognition came from a non-profit that's genuinely making the online world safer for families and young people. In their statement, Harry and Meghan said, "Working with families and young people to prioritise safety online has been some of the most meaningful work of our lives. As parents, we've been moved to action by their stories, and we're proud to support them." That's the kind of leadership the world needs. Not gossip, not photo ops, but real action. And tell me, how many of those senior royals who love planting stories in tabloids can say they've been honoured globally for humanitarian work? Exactly. None. Because while some are busy playing who's leaking what games in the palace corridors, Meghan and Harry are out here changing lives, shaping conversations and leading with heart. And you know what's even funnier? The haters can't stop watching. They claim they're tired of Meghan, yet they analyse every move she makes. Every dress, every gesture, every blink becomes a headline. It's obsession disguised as criticism. Imagine wasting your life hating someone who doesn't even know you exist, while she's out there in Paris, New York and Montecito, thriving with her family, doing good and looking flawless. The truth is simple. You can't dim a light that bright. They tried, but all they did was make her shine brighter. Her Paris Fashion Week debut wasn't just about fashion. It was about resilience, visibility and vindication. It was Meghan saying without words, "I'm still here, I'm thriving, and your noise means nothing." And it's not just Meghan. Harry's right there beside her, matching her purpose and energy. Together, they're redefining what royalty means in the 21st century. Service, compassion, independence, and authenticity. They're writing a new chapter where influence comes from kindness, not crowns. So, to the tabloids who thought they'd erase her, congratulations, you played yourselves. Because Meghan didn't just show up in Paris, she took over Paris. And she reminded everyone that grace, power and intelligence will always outshine gossip. So, family, if you're proud of Meghan's Paris moment, drop a crown emoji in the comments. If you're tired of the lies and negativity from the British tabloids, light up the chat with a fire emoji. Because we're burning down those false narratives right here on Sussexes Spotlight. And before we wrap up, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join our growing community. Because here on Sussexes Unfiltered, we celebrate the truth, the love and the power that Harry and Meghan bring to the world. So stay kind, stay confident and stay Sussex strong, because this story isn't over. Meghan Markle just won Paris, and next stop is the world.